And it's the Warriors to start out. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spot. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about it. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
And here is Knight after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. And the officials call a traveling violation. At the elbow, it's Thompson. Curry kicks to Bogut. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. About a minute played so far here in the first. He dishes it to Green. Here's Barnes. And the Warriors get it back. Outside for Curry for the three. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 6 points for Steph Curry.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Knight on the wing. Can they get it? And that's going to be a treble.
Well, out of the break, guys, he's managed to turn it over twice now, and that doesn't bode well for the rest of the quarter if he doesn't shake out of it and tighten things up.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. Another three for Golden State.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up. Oh!
In the world.
The Phoenix Suns played well overall last season, but they still couldn't match up against some of the teams in the West. Had a hard time with in-conference battles.
3 early turnovers, Kevin. He needs to regain his focus and start righting this ship.
Yeah, he's got to sharpen up because he's on pace for double-digit turnovers, and that's not winning basketball.
And for the Suns last season, Greg, they ended with a record 21-31 against the Western Conference. It's something that you can point to, Greg, as a reason they failed to make the postseason.
Great point, Kevin. And the big problem for the Suns were the other Western playoff teams. Only went 8-22 against the top 8 in the West.
Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. And the officials call a traveling violation.
We've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. But those turnovers could have been avoided. Careless mistakes.
Absolutely. They have got to get a tighter handle on the ball.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. From 7, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Curry's shot is good.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
And the struggles continue, guys, and really it's about those turnovers. They've been the culprit.
Yeah, 5 already, Greg, and they've just been too casual, too much profiling out there to start the game.
Suns trail by 12. Here's Len, and that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Boy, this has been an ugly, ugly start to the game for them.
Yeah, and easy to see why they're trailing here. Just way too many careless turnovers. And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
And that's going to be a travel. Some changes for Phoenix. John Lure comes in for Alex Len, and Mirza Teletovic subbed in for Knight. And then for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes, and it's Livingston in for Steph Curry.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he'd been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. Then last year he came off the bench in every game.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Phoenix making some changes. P.J. Tucker, who's checked in for Warren, and Ronnie Price has subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. To the middle, it's deflected. Iguodala kicks to Green. To the paint, Spates dishes to Livingston. And that one hits back iron.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And again, it's the Suns missing.
That's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Suns trail by 18. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And they'll keep possession. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And I know they're not happy with the way they've been turning the basketball over. It can't be fun to watch or fun to be part of.
You know what? Pure and simple. If you're going to win, you have to take care of the basketball. The lack of discipline is a concern.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Warriors. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Price can't get that one to fall. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
And they can't guard us on the perimeter.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats.
Spacing.
High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs.
They need this one, and the layup is up and in. Trice has got his first 2 points. Warriors leading by 21. Here's Livingston. No good on the three.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
And he gets it to go.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Tries from 10, and that one's good. Trice has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there. Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his comfort stretching the floor. I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Not sure you can play any better offensively.
Very few bumps in the road so far. It's been an easy ride for him.
Bledsoe and 9 of the backcourt. Warren is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Len in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And guys, last season, Klay Thompson made his first All-Star trip overall. Clark, his game took a huge leap forward.
Hey, I agree with you, Kevin. And a big reason for that, I think, was his spot on Team USA. Playing the way he did and with that group really lifted his confidence.
Excellent point. Outside Curry. From deep. It's hauled in by Warren. For Phoenix, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And the thing about Eric Bledsoe, he's an absolutely terrific athlete. Insane athletic ability, his speed with the ball, especially Greg in the open court. Remarkable.
Yeah, and when he gets a full head of steam, look out. He goes beast mode, if you will, on the basketball floor. He really, truly is like a running back in the open field.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker.
Talking about Bledsoe, one area where he has to improve his turnovers. He averaged over 3.5.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
The Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And thinking a little bit more about Eric Bledsoe, yes, he could be more efficient, but his combination of points, assists, and rebounds per game is outstanding. If he focuses in and listens to his coaches, we could be talking about him in the upper echelon of point guard.
The shot by Knight, no good. Warriors leading by 20. To the middle, stolen by Len. Inside, deflects the pass. And Barnes comes to help. And it's Len. That time on the assist by Warren. Len's got his first points of the game.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
This is an absolute monster performance from him. He is pulverizing them from the three-point line.
To the inside. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
And the Warriors making a change here. Rush is checked in.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams will just still want him even late in his career.
Azili the pass to Barnes, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
Phoenix calls timeout. A nice bounce-back year for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Warren,
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
It's Curry with the drive. Soft touch off the glass. Curry's got 8. Quarter.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
The dish to land. Clock at 6. And Brandon Rush hits the whistle that time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
Lewis checked in for the Suns. Booker comes in for T.J. Warren. Chandler's shot good.
Good job by Bledsoe to lay into that defender. That's what we call putting the wood on him.
Curry kicks to Clark. Deflects the pass. Pass to Booker. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Count the bucket.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up, and oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
Speights with the block.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Clark. The three-pointer, no good. Suns trail by 17. Outside Knight. Bledsoe right side. To the paint. Here's Chandler. They grab their own miss. Can't connect from short range. Golden State's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
1:03 left in the first half of the game. The shot no good. Here's Curry with the three. Rebound by the Suns.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Speights. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Phoenix. Price comes in for Eric Bledsoe. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. 46 seconds left now here in the second. Booker, and the officials call a traveling violation.
His turnovers haven't helped their cause. It's almost as if he's playing for the other team.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Brandon Knight. And the Warriors also making a change. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Ian Clark. Suns trail by 19. Here's Tucker. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Andrew Bogut checked in for Maurice Speights. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Lure dishes to Tucker. Draymond Green pulls it in.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Here's Barbosa. Connects on the 17-footer. And the Warriors lead by 21.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
So as we conclude the first half, so far far fairly one-sided.
Thank you.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He ended up with 19 points and 2 rebounds. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, how about that ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just a...
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And, you know, I'm not sure that he can continue to shoot the 3 as well as he has up to this point. He has been lights out.
You know, sometimes, Greg, you have those nights where the basket just looks twice as large as it is. Grand Canyon size. It might be one of those nights for him.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. It's stolen by Bogut. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Wide open. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Green. And it's now 23 points for Steph Curry. This Sun squad struggling. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
A baseline J. Jump shot is good. Lenz got his second basket of the game. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
On its way from Curry for 2. Again, Golden State.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And, guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Well, Phoenix shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bogut. Now the Warriors moving it up. Pulls it from 20. Stephen Curry again. Curry's got 10 points here in the second half.
Boy, they're getting into a real groove from inside the three-point line, knocking down those mid-range jump shots.
8 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor. Clark, he cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
Here's Booker, and Thompson sends it back.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
From deep three-point range, Curry outside. Phoenix grabs the miss.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And stolen by Booker. It's stolen by Bogut. Goes up to the stripe. Curry's shot is good. Curry's got 12 now in this quarter.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
And stolen by Barnes. Bledsoe against Curry. The three-pointer, no good.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks. Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Alex Len. And Mirza Teletovic subbed in for Booker. And the shot is good.
Now, I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
Got a piece of it. Warren kicks to Bledsoe. Curry against Knight. Another three for Golden State.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, how about the... body control on that one, narrowly misses getting the dish.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul.
Here for the Suns in terms of transactions. Start of the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
Lonnie Price is checked in for Phoenix. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Phoenix. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half, and he gets it to go. Barbosa's got his second bucket of the night.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move one guard, but ended up moving two, brought back one as well.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of you.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment, and they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got a jump on rebuilding last year.
Iguodala, no good. The Suns have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8, 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. Barbosa's shot is off.
You know what? His finishing ability is not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Here's Iguodala. Offensive rebound.
And now, your Suns dancers.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Here is Livingston. They've got P.J. Tucker. Chandler out there with John Lure. Then there's Price, and it's Jenkins in at the shooting guard. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
To the paint, trying to find Chandler. He's got it now, and it's sent back by Spates. To the inside, Clark. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston.
Ian Clark.
Livingston's got 5 assists in the game. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Clark kicks to Rush. Warriors the rebound. Here's Livingston. He squares up and sinks it.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Rush with the steal. Bogut the pass to Clark.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And that one falls for Clark.
And really, last season, it was supposed to be a battle between the Warriors and Clippers for that Pacific title. But the Warriors just ran away with it, won the division by 11 games.
And the Suns making a change here. Len's checked in. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys. Plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that, Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Bogut, and he dunks it down.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
For the Warriors, it was the third time they've ever won the division, last time coming in 1976. So, Clark, it's been a while.
It's been a long time, but they did it in style. 13-3 record against the rest of the division. That would be the best in-division winning percentage for any team in the NBA.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Simply put, out of control. This is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Rush. Offensive rebound. Bogut dishes to Rush. Back to Bogut. Stolen by Len. Looking to end the run. No good from Price.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead. Head in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
John Lure.
Free throw good. Lure. Phoenix looked to be on the verge of making it back into the playoffs last season. Ultimately, though, Greg, they faltered in the second half of the year.
Yeah, it was a 3-team race. And after coming up short in 14, the Suns had the edge early. As you said, Kevin, they simply couldn't keep things going in the second half of the season.
Chase Budinger, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker.
Brandon Rush.
For Phoenix, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Jenkins can't get it to go.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on him and didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good shot off.
And it's the Suns with the ball.
You know, guys, the Suns went from the 8th seed to finishing 10th in the West. I mean, it would have been a tough task for them to stay in the race, particularly after all the trades. I mean, their team was in transition.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And when you shake up a roster, as the Suns did last year, it's hard to keep pace. They ended 6 games back of that final playoff spot, but that all happened after they decided to shake things up.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Some changes for Phoenix. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Alex Len, and Goodwin subbed in for John Jenkins. Golden State also making some changes. Mazzili's checked in for Spates, and it's Barbosa in for Sean Livingston. Barbosa kicks to Clark. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Fires it up. Hits the front of the rim and out.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And Phoenix making a change here. Chandler's checked in. Spates checked in for the Warriors.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Swiped it away. For 3, Barbosa. It's deflected. Down low and stolen by Spates. And it's the Warriors on the break. Rush gets the bucket.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Well, Kevin, timing and anticipation, they got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum in this one.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Curry. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
That's good from Rush.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
Here's Ezeli, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
To the inside, and stolen by Spates. Teletovic's shot is good.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. The fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Chase Buddington. Goodwin with the steal. Timeout called. The Suns, they're down by a ton. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth. The Phoenix Suns weren't terrible at home by any means last year. They ended up over 500, but Greg, they weren't quite dominant enough at home to get in the playoffs.
That's a great point. I mean, they finished the year +3 in terms of wins at home. Not bad, but not good enough when you're talking about that Western Conference.
The Suns have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Here's Tucker. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You know, when you talk about the Suns, their play at home sums up their season. When you are just above average in the West, you won't be in the playoffs. You've got to be really good at home to make it in the West in the playoffs.
Rush with the steal. To the middle. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for them.
Yeah, defensively, some really good pressure being applied, though, so you've got to give credit there. It seems like they've been rattled a little bit.
Greg, you think they've been rattled?
They have, Kevin Morris. I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
And so Clark nails both of them. Here is Price. Here's Teletovic. Can't cash in from close range. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Andre Iguodala. And Andre, what was the secret to seeing such a great output offensively?
Well, we know our defense is our catalyst to everything for our team. So
the 2K Sports postgame show.